Okay, so hello, good morning. So we are now in our week 5 for our subject business management and organization. So let me just remind you your requirements and hopefully ayan, I hope na binabasa natin yung mga modules natin or pinapanood natin yung mga video supplement na nakapost dun sa Google Classroom natin. So, ang gagamitin natin, ang ginagamit na natin para sa mga soft copy ng lessons ninyo and yung mga requirements, nandun na lahat sa Google Classroom. So, yun lang yung mga reminders natin bago natin simulan ang bagong lesson natin, which is we are now in our lesson 5. Ayan, social responsibility and ethics. Okay? Okay, before we start, please have your modules with you so that you can go along with our discussion for this topic. Okay, so our topic for today is all about social responsibility and ethics. Okay, about the business organization. So at the end of the lesson, our objectives for this lesson for this topic is number 1, discuss the different concepts of ethics and responsibility. Number 2, address the issues in social responsibility of businesses. So those are our objectives for this lesson topic. Okay, now let's start with what is social responsibility. So ano ba ang social responsibility? Your responsibility to your community. Okay? Social responsibility is an ethical theory in which individuals are accountable for fulfilling their civic duty, and the actions of an individual must benefit the whole of society. So yun yung responsibility mo, yung you are accountable for the benefit of whole society. Okay? Yung responsibility bilang mamamayan, di ba? Bilang kabilang sa mga stakeholders. Okay? So in this way, there must be a balance between economic growth, ayan, and the welfare of the society and the environment. Ayan, especially kung may business establishments that are yung nakakasira sa environment natin, sa kalusugan ng mga tao within that area. Ayan, so kakailanganin mo maging responsibility sa environment mo, maging responsibilidad ka naman. So hindi lang ikaw yung business na nag-earn lang ng profit, diba? For profit lang, wala kang pakialam sa environment mo. Nagsasuffer na yung mga tao because of that, because of your business, pero wala kang pakialam. So, ang ibig sabihin ng social responsibility, diba? Baka nag-earn ka ng profit, may business ka within that area, kailangan mo maging responsable sa mga nakapaligid dun sa business mo. Yung mga tao, syempre, yung environment mo, kailangan mo ding pangalagaan. So, hindi lang yung basta malaki yung profit ko, bakit ko sila papakialaman? No, bakit ako magbibigay ng pera sa kanila? So wala kang social responsibility bilang isang businessman kung ganun yung pag-iisip mo, diba? So, in this equilibrium, yan, it is maintained. And then, social responsibility is accomplished kapag may balance between the economic growth and kinoconsider mo rin yung welfare ng society and in the environment. May equilibrium yan na maintain and of course, ma-accomplish natin yung social responsibility na sinasabi. Let's say, for example, internet cafe yan, may school. Kapag nung face-to-face pa, ayan, may mga estudyante may mga estudyante dyan. Ngayon, or alam mo oras ng klase nila, ayan, hinayaan mo lang silang mag-gaming, di ba? Sinabi lang sa'yo, wala kaming klase o ganito, maglalaro kami. O, hinayaan mo kasi, siya pa yung kita ko sa pag-play nila ng paglalaro nila. No? So, yun na makasarili ka bilang isang businessman kung gano'n, di ba? Alam mong klase na oras ng klase, pero you let them play. Meaning, nag-escape sila, di ba? So, ang dapat mong gawin, ayan, we are not accepting a student like you. Ayan, sabihin mo naman sa kanila. So, hindi lang yung, may mag-game, maraming makakonsume na oras itong estudyante na to, sige, ipagbigyan ko. So, hindi pwede yun. So, wala kang social responsibility kung gano'n bilang isang businessman, okay? So, that is the example of social responsibility. Pero nagkakaroon ng equilibrium, na-maintain yung equilibrium natin kapag yung balance yung economic growth, ayan, economic growth, and of course the welfare of, kinoconsider mo yung welfare ng society and the environment, okay? Now, what is ethics? So, ano ba yung ethics? Ayan, sinasabi natin ethics, puro ethics, wala pato, sabi niya naman. So, ethics, yan. Ethics are moral principles. Ayan, moral principles yan that guide a person's behavior. So, these morals are shaped by social norms, cultural practices, and of course, religious influences. Ayan. Ethical decision making is the process of assessing the moral implication of a course of action. Okay? All decisions have an ethical or moral dimension for a simple reason. So they have an effect on others. Ayan, managers and leaders need to be aware of their own ethical and moral beliefs. Ayan, so they can draw on them when they face a difficult decision. So, dapat alam mo kung saan yung tama at mali. Yan, ito yung mga principles that guide a person's behavior. So, ano ba yung mga examples ng ethical behaviors in the workplace? So, for example, you are an employee, kailangan mo mag-obey sa company rules, di ba? Yung effective communication between sa mga empleyado or sa mga boss mo, di ba? Yan, kailangan mo ding bilang isang empleyado, kailangan mo siya maging responsable ka, di ba? Taking responsibility sa mga actions mo, or maging responsible ka bilang isang empleyado. Ayan, so professionalism, ayan, kailangan din yan. And of course, the most important is yung tiwala, okay? Mutual respect, ayan. Yan yung mga kailangan natin consider sa ethical behaviors in the workplace, okay? What about ano ba yung examples ng ethics na sinasabi natin? Ayan, syempre yung may loyalty ka, may honesty ka, consider mo integrity, ayan, self-respect or selflessness, ayan, inuuna yung iba kaysa sa sarili, may respeto sa mga katrabaho, di ba? Yan yung sinasabi nating ethics, okay? May sense of responsibility ka, ano naman pag ethics in, sinasabi natin ethics in society. Ayan, pag sinabi natin ethics in society, yung example na din dito, yung golden rule natin. So, ano ba yung golden rule na sinasabi? So, do not do unto others what you don't want others do unto you, diba? Sabi ni Confucius yan. So, huwag mong gawin sa iba yung ayaw mo, gawin nila sa'yo, di ba? So, yan yung mga principles or example ng ethics, okay? Ethics, ethical behaviors of a certain, in the workplace, okay? Okay, maintaining ethical standards. So, how managers can encourage ethical behavior. So, paano ba yung mga managers encourage na gumawa ng tama yung mga empleyado nila, di ba? Encourage them to have an ethical behavior in the workplace, di ba? So, paano? So, number one, ayan, ethical decision making. So, ethical decision making is the process of assessing the more implications of a course of action. So, ethical ba yung decision na ginawa mo? O, sabi mo sa boss mo, ma'am, mag-a-absent muna ako kasi may sakit ako. O, yun pala hindi. Nag-absent ka kasi may mag-a-attend ka ng kasal. O, yun, hindi mo yun na, that's not unethical, that's not an ethical decision, di ba? Unethical yun kasi nagsinungaling ka, ayan, sinabi mo na magsakit ka, yun pala mag-a-attend ka lang ng kasal, okay? So, training ethical decision making. So, how is this? So, organizations use compliance and ethics programs to demonstrate and reinforce their commitment to ethical practices. So, ethics training inside corporations is aimed at helping employees address the moral dimension of business decisions. So, may ethics training din yung especially pag big companies yan, ayan. That will help an employee address the moral dimension of a business decision. So, training for ethical decision making can pwedeng workshops, lectures, and managers employee discussion. So, pwede silang mag-discuss doon. So, yun yung nangyayari sa training ethical decision making. So, most ethics trainings, naka-focus lang sila dun sa pag-clarify or pag-communicate na organization's ethical code. Ano ba yung mga ethical code within that organization? Code of ethics, code of employees for their employees siguro, okay? To understand, para malaman nila kung ano ba yung expectation nila dun sa company na pinagtatrabahuan nila. Okay? So, din yung silbi ng training ethical decision making. Okay, some learning opportunities go beyond this focus on how to take action when ethics are involved in the decision. So, discussions of scenarios, ayan, doon ang nangyayari dyan is magdi-discuss sila ng scenario, i-role play nila para i-simulate nila to a real decision-making situations and provide practice in or how to think through ethical consideration. So, kailangan kapag nag-decide ka, it should be ethical, not unethical, di ba? So, you should decide the right thing to do. Ayan. The right thing, the right time to do. Okay? So, some ethics training will also cover the resources available. Ayan, available to help employees when they face an ethical dilemma. Ayan, when we say ethical dilemma, ayan, kapag may ethical, may problema dun sa organization or suspect that someone in the organization has made an ethical breach. Ayan, yung lumabag siya sa kung ano yung tama, so kung ano dapat sana yung tamang gawin, di ba? So, mali yung ginawa niya. So, ganun yun. Ethical breach. Okay? So, that is for the training ethical decision making. Now, let's go to whistleblower protection. So, when we say whistleblower, ayan, whistleblower protection, ayan, provide safeguards, ayan, against retaliation for those who report suspected legal moral or ethical violation. So, kilala niyo pa ba si Ben-Hur Louis? Ayan, hindi niyo na siya kilala. Diba? Siya yung nagsiwalat ng anomalya na ginagawa ni Napoles dun sa pork barrel ng mga representatives natin, mga senators natin, diba? Okay, so si Ben-Hur Louis ay consider siyang whistleblower ni Napoles. Okay, so that is an example. So kapag whistleblower ka, binibigyan kasi kanila ng safeguards or protections for any sa kung ano baka may mangyari sa'yo. Syempre, binulgar mo nga yung baho ng iba, diba? So, a whistleblower is a person who tells the public or someone in authority about allegedly misconduct. Ayan, yung sinabi natin na about sa pork barrel ni issue ni Napoles. Okay, misconduct occurring in a governmental department. Ayan, mapa-government yan or private company yan. Or any organizations that involves a certain problem na may nagsabi nagsabi ng ganito. Ayan, whistle-blow niya. Ayan, sinabi niya sa public na may ganitong nangyayari dun sa organization. Ayan, so kailangan nila ng protection. So, whistleblower protection, okay? Siyempre, para ma-maintain din natin, ma-maintain natin yung ethical standards na yan, di ba? Siyempre, kapag may sinabi siyang importante, which is true naman, ayan, baka ay maalanganin naman ng yung buhay ng whistleblower na yan kung walang protection na maibibigay. Okay? Next is manager's role in ethical conduct. So, managers are responsible for upholding the ethical code and helping others to do as well. So, next, managers hold positions of authority that make them accountable for ethical conduct of those who report to them. So maging they are accountable. Managers are accountable for ethical conduct of yung mga nag-report sa kanila. So, managers monitor the behavior. Ayan, sila din yung nagmo-monitor ng behavior ng isang employees. Siyempre, in accordance with the organization's expectation naman. O, pag appropriate behavior yan, ayan. And they have a duty to respond quickly and appropriately to minimize the impact of suspected ethical violations. Ayan. So, kapag alam na nilang may nangyayari, di ba? So, kailangan na nilang mag-take action agad to minimize that ano ba yung maging impact of that ethical violations na gagawin or ginawa ng isang empleyado. Okay? So, managers may be responsible for creating or implementing changes. Ayan, changes to the ethical codes or guidelines of an organization. So, si manager din responsible din siya sa paggawa ng mga ethical codes and guidelines of an organization in order to para mapaganda yung operations ng business at para yung mga empleyado sumunod sa mga patakaran or policies ng isang organization. Okay? Ayan. So, next is the code of conduct. So, when we say code of conduct, yan, also known as the code of ethics, or the statement of values. Ayan, a policy statement of a company's values, responsibilities, and conduct expectations. So the purpose of code of ethics is to guide employees in handling ethical dilemmas. Ayan. It is essentially a moral compass. Organizations adopt codes of conduct to guide employees' actions. Ayan. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng code of ethics for public employees, code of ethics for private teachers, employees. Ayan. Yan yung mga, it is a guide. Para may guide tayo in order for us na hindi natin gawin yung mga hindi dapat gawin, di ba? May guide tayo. Ito dapat yung pagiging teacher, ito dapat yung pagiging public official, ito dapat yung ginagawa ng mga doctors, ng mga sa kanya-kanyang field, may kanya-kanyang field tayo, di ba? So we are a teacher, doctor, lawyer, ayan, engineer. So, may mga code of ethics yung mga yan. Iba't ibang code of ethics for that different profession na meron tayo. Okay? So, that is the code of conduct. So, ethical codes are adopted by the organization to assist members in understanding the difference. Ayan, para malaman natin kung ano ba yung tama at mali. Okay? And how to apply it to their decisions that will benefit within the government, the organization. Okay? A code of ethics, a code of business ethics may set out, set out general principles about an organization's beliefs, on matters such as yung mission, quality, and the environment. Okay, it may delineate proper procedures to determine whether violation of the code of ethics has occurred, or if so, what remedies should be imposed. So, nandyan yung guidelines na may you violate the code of conduct or the code of ethics in this organization, and we are now taking actions on you, corrective actions in your behaviors. Ayan, sasabihin sa mga empleyado yan, sasabihin nila sa mga empleyado kung merong ethical violations, yung merong nangyaring ethical violations within the organization. Okay? A code of conduct for employees sets out the procedures that should be used, in a specific ethical situation. So, it also delineates the procedures required to determine whether a violation of the code of conduct has occurred, and if so, what remedies should be imposed. So, ano ba yung mga remedy para ma-impose natin yan? Okay? So, a code of professional practice, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, na yung mga may iba't ibang professions natin, may mga different code of ethics din yan. Okay? A code of professional practice discusses common issues and difficult decisions that often arise in a profession, and provides a clear of what behavior is considered ethical. Ano ba yung mga behavior na considered ethical, correct, or right in a certain circumstances. Okay? So that is for the code of conduct. Now let's go to code of business ethics. So when we say code of business ethics, often focuses on, syempre yung on social issues. Ano naman yung mga social issues na yan? So, it may set out the general principles about an organization's, yung beliefs niya on matters regarding the quality service, quality products, privacy, and of course, hindi dyan mawawala yung paano mo ba i-consider yung environment mo as a business operating na alam mong medyo harmful sa environment yung business mo. Let's say, for example, mining, Diba? Masama yan sa kalikasan. Okay? How will you deal with it? Diba? Ano ba yung mga code of business ethics na yan? Okay? It may delineate procedures that should be used to determine whether a violation of the code of ethics has occurred and what remedies should be pursued. So, the effectiveness of such codes of ethics depends on the extent to which management support and enforces them. So, that is for the code of business ethics. Yun yung mga example natin kanina, di ba? Code of practice. So, ano ba yung code of practice na yan sinasabi natin? So, a code of practice, let's discuss first the code of conduct. Yan, code of conduct for employees. So, a code of conduct for employees sets out the procedures to be used in a specific ethical decision, such as kung may conflicts o conflict of interest sa isang empleyado. Ayan, nagtatrabaho ka, you are a regular employee to a certain organization, but then you have to manage your own restaurant. So what should be so what do you want to do? Ayan, magkakaroon dyan ng conflicts of interest. Ayan, so syempre better na lang na mag-resign ka sa trabaho mo, i-concentrate mo na lang yung pag-manage sa restaurant mo, di ba? Okay, it may include, conflicts of interest or the acceptance of gifts. Ayan, yung mga tumatanggap ng mga regalo. Ayan, diba? So, nakalagay naman dun sa Code of Ethics natin, yung RA 67, if I'm not mistaken, RA 6713. Ayan, Code of Professional, Code of Public Officials and Employees. I think that is the RA 6713, wherein hindi nila, pinagmamawal nila yung pagtanggap ng mga gifts, kung ano man yan, regalo man yan. Kasi dapat diyan na lumalabas yung, syempre, binibigyan ka ng regalo, binibigyan ka ng pera, ano bang dapat na may hihilingin sa'yo dyan? Kasi you are, nasa gobyerno ka, ayan, may, syempre, kung may powers, especially kapag may high, nasa mataas na position ka, then, may bribe ka nila. Diba? So, hindi bawal yun, diba? So, yun yung pinaka, natin, yun yung dapat nating hindi gawin, diba? Okay? So, it may include a specific list of do's and don'ts, or it may provide questions to us to help determine the proper course of action. So, Code of Conduct typically delineate, conduct for employees, delineate the proper procedures for determining whether a violation has occurred and for reporting suspected violations. Okay? Now, let's go to Code of Practice. So, a code of practice is adopted to regulate a particular profession. So, it may be styled as a code professional responsibility that covers, common scenarios and decisions, and provide a guide to what behavior is considered ethical, correct, or right in a certain circumstances. So, that is for the code of practice. So, ano ba yung practice nila sa organization na yun? Ano ba yung ginagawa nila sa organization na yan? Okay? Lastly, we have the selecting and hiring ethical employees. So, siyempre kapag we are going to hire an employee, see to it naman that she or she possesses ethical behaviors na na hindi naman masyadong maagrabyado yung isang organization, di ba? So, you should hire an ethical employees. Why not, bakit ka pa mag-hire na alam mong pangit yung ugali? Under the process of, nasa process pa lang siya ng application for that job, alam mo na hindi siya yung qualified na tao, pero kinuha mo, di ba? So, you did not meet the standards for the organization for them to hire an ethical employee, di ba? Kasi nag-hire ka ng unethical empleyado, alam mo na sa una, di ba? Hire mo pa, okay? So, that should not be. So, it is very important to hire and select na busisihin natin maigi yung isang empleyado na nag-a-apply, diba? So, hindi lang porket, hindi lang natin ibase sa mga tataas ng grades niya, ganito siya. So, hindi lang yun. So, i-base din natin sa character niya or sa behavior ng isang empleyado. Okay? Na isang applicant na nag-apply. So, malalaman din naman natin yan through the process of recruitment. Okay? So, it is better to hire someone who is naturally inclined to behave in an ethical manner than to rely on a company code of ethics to encourage an ethical employee to make ethical choices, di ba? So, mag-hire ka na lang ng isang ethical empleyado or that is someone who is naturally inclined to behave. Ayan. Kaysa naman may ano naman tayo, mapapagbabago natin yung empleyado na yan kung i-hire natin kasi may code of ethics naman tayo, may sinusunod naman tayo. O what if pasaway yung isang empleyado, di ba? O di wala na. Okay? So, kailangan mo ding i-consider yung ethical behavior ng isang applicant before mo siya i-hire. Okay? So, what are some problems that businesses face in social responsibility? Ayan, climate change. Ayan, pabago-bagong panahon. Ayan, climate change. So, noon, ayan, ito yung environment natin. So, as time goes by, yan, nagiging ganyan na yung mundo natin, yung Mother Earth natin. Kawawa naman si Mother Earth natin, di ba? Inaabuso natin yung kalikasan. Okay? So, paano, what are yung mga problems na that businesses face in social responsibility? So, ito yun, climate change. Ayan, pollution, because of that pollution, because of sa gusto natin na ano lang tayo, gusto lang natin ng profit, pero hindi na natin consider yung impact ng business natin sa environment, diba? Kinakalbo na natin yung mga bundok because of that mining, diba? Saan na natin ginukuha yan, diba? Nag-iiba na yung environment natin. So, human activities are dumping billions of tons, ayan, billions of tons na carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So, sinong maglilinis yan? Ang nipis na ng ano natin, ozone layer natin. Diba? Kaya mainit na, ano pa lang, umaga-umaga pa lang, mainit na yung sikat ng araw, diba? Okay, this pollution is altering the Earth's climate in significant ways. So, a process sometimes referred to as global warming. So, businesses are a major source of pollution. So, because of businesses, mga manufacturing natin, kung saan natin dinadump yung mga water waste natin. So, dapat may mga proseso kasi yan, diba? Kapag, for example, hospital, saan nila nilalagay o binabasura yung mga chemicals na or yung mga ginagamit nila sa hospitals, dapat i-treat nila yan before nila ibasura, diba? So, yun dapat yung, kung concerned ka sa environment mo, yun yung gawin mo as the owner of the hospital, diba? So, iti-treat mo muna. Okay, yun yung responsibility naman ng taga-DNR na see to it na lahat ng wastages nila, yung mga basura from that different establishments, ayan, kaya hindi nila basta binabasura. So, kailangan nilang i-treat. Hindi ko alam kung paano na i-treat yan, especially kapag water, yan, siyempre hindi naman nila basta nilalagay sa mga ilog or dinadam sa ilog yung tubig na yan. So, iti-treat muna nila bago nila idam para hindi naman mamatay yung mga isda, yung mga laman ng isang dagat or isang ilog na yan, di ba? Siyempre, para hindi sila mamatay. So, ganun yung care natin sa environment. So, mostly naman nagbibigay ng pollution mga businesses, yung mga sasakyan, di ba? Pollution because of that, yung mga nagagaling sa sasakyan, di ba? Okay. Businesses are a major source of such pollution. So, both directly by burning fuels, emitting other greenhouse gases, and indirectly by using and producing products that also contributes to, climate change. So, petroleum, yung mga examples natin, petroleum refiners, for example. So, not only release greenhouse gases from their operations, they also sell gasoline and heating fuel, which makes an additional contribution when burned in cars. Ayan, ito na yung sinasabi mo kanina na, yung mga gasoline stations, nagbibenta sila ng mga fuels para sa mga cars, trucks, which nakaka-contribute ng pollution sa ating kapaligiran. Okay? Yan. Other environmental concerns, there are many other types of pollutions na nangyayari sa ating environment that originate from the businesses, in addition to greenhouse gases. So, at most every business, large or small, uses toxic, and ito na yung sinasabi mo kanina about sa hospitals, uses toxic chemicals, or some sort of exotic than bleach to clean countertops, yan yung sodium hydroxides to clean clogged drains, so cleaning solvents, metal shavings, fats, oils, yung mga grasa, and other materials na nakaka-contribute sa business waste streams natin, and paano natin i-navigate yung impacts dun sa environment na yan. So, negative impact dun sa environment natin, diba? So, yun yung mga sinasabi sa other environmental concerns, yung mga chemicals na ginagamit sa pag-create ng product or paggawa ng product, yung mga chemicals na ginagamit natin. So, paano natin yan iti-treat para hindi masyadong maging problema sa environment natin. Okay? Next is the worker health and safety. So, when we say worker health and safety, of course, if you own your business facility, maybe a model of safe workplace practices. So, but not is not necessarily through the workplaces that are in your supply chain. Ayan. You have certainly heard news stories of common products made of sweet shops, unsafe factories, yung black fire exists, or mga small children doing dangerous jobs that endanger their health and in their lives. Okay? So, kailangan din naman natin na, kailangan i-consider ng isang organization yung worker health and safety nila. Okay? So, abusive workplace practices are considered by many to be one of the most serious categories. Ayan. Serious categories of social problems in business. And of course, ayan, in a major challenge to businesses that want to conduct themselves with greater, ayan, social responsibility. So, sabi ko nga, the most important human resources is the human resources. That is why you need to give an importance to your, empleyado, okay, to your employees, okay. So that is for the worker health and safety. Now let's go to the challenge and promise of corporate social responsibility. So recognizing social responsibility issues in business had led many firms to adopt corporate social responsibility. So CSR. Nung high school tayo, pinapag-aralan na natin ang CSR. So ano ba yung CSR? Corporate Social Responsibility. Okay? Policies and practices. Yan. Some companies focus on specific issues such as climate change, while others embrace a more comprehensive approach that seeks to minimize undesirable societal impacts across the board. So, for example, yung mga companies may choose to utilize wind and solar power, ayan, as alternative to fossil fuels as a means of lowering their carbon footprint, diba? So, that is your corporate social responsibility. So, a desire to do good is important step, first step. So, following with clear corporate policies regarding social issues and programs to actively document changes at your facilities as well as in your supply chain can help ensure that your company's good intentions are translated into effective actions that can help lead to a cleaner, safer world, syempre. So, as a business owners or business managers, be responsible to your environment. So, it is very important na i-consider natin yung environment natin. So, dapat sana hindi na natin kailangang magkaroon ng law about that. If we are a disciplined person, we know that already, di ba? So, hindi ko alam kung nabalitaan nyo yung sa news, kung napanood nyo yung sa news, hindi ko alam kung ABS-CBN yan or sa GMA. Yung may bata na as 9 years old, as young as he is now a CEO of her own business or her own company, which is yung advocacy niya is nung una hindi pa siya nakapagpatayo ng company niya. Yung advocacy lang niya, namumulot lang siya ng plastic bottles, ayan, lahat lang kung saan siya napupunta, ayan, yun lang yung iniipon niya, and then suddenly naisip daw niya na magpatayo na lang ng ganito, ayan, with the help of course of their parents or relatives, ayan, na nagkapagpatayo siya ng company, which is yung advocacy nila, yun yung pag-collect ng mga bottles na yan, na basta na lang nakalagay doon just kung saan. So, hindi ko alam kung anong country na yun, nakalimutan ko. Pero I think India, that is sa India yun nangyari. Binalita nila. Okay? So, hindi ko alam kung napanood ninyo. So, yun sana yung gayahan natin, di ba? As a kabataan, ayan, syempre, you are still a student, you can do more. You can do more for our environment, di ba? So, So that's our topic, corporate social responsibility. So maging kahit hindi ka business man, kung you are a concerned youth, diba? So ano ba yung gagawin at ganito? Ano ba yung nangyayari ngayon, diba? Syempre, alam kong may mga ganyan kang pag-iisip, diba? Syempre, kailangan nating we should give an important to our environment. So, kabataan, ayan, kabataan, pag-asa ng bayan, sabi nga natin, diba? Sabi nga ni Jose Rizal, diba? So, let's start. You start with your home, within your home. Ayan. Kapag may nakakalat na dyan, ikunin natin yung mga plastic natin. Yung mga pamangkin ko nag-iipon ng mga plastic bottles nila. Okay? Tsaka nila binibenta kung merong may bibili, ganoon. So, ganun dapat yung gawin din natin. So, huwag nating hayaan na kakalat-kalat lang yung mga bottles natin, yung mga pinagkainan natin, di ba? So, we need to do it within sa atin. Simulan ninyo sa inyo, di ba? So, and eventually, magiging magiging lalawak yung scope ng gusto nyong puntahan or gusto nyong linisan or gusto nyong maging malinis. Okay? Malinis yung environment natin. Punta na kayo sa mga community. Diba? So, yun. So, that is all about our topic na corporate social responsibility. So, I hope na mayroon naman kayong natutunan sa akin. And, I will play a video about the corporate social responsibility. Okay? So, watch the video.
Let's talk about CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. What exactly does it mean? Global warming, diminuted natural resources, the extinction of various animal and plant species, global population increase, and migration. Amongst others, these are some of the real environmental and social issues we face today. How can we address these issues whilst ensuring food, education, and health for all? How can we ensure that economic development and technological progress benefit the greatest number of people? Faced with these challenges, a more sustainable, developmental approach becomes necessary. This requires the commitment of all international organisations, governments, associations, companies, citizens. Everyone is concerned. And in practice, what can a company do? The overall goal is to combine economic progress, social justice, and environmental preservation. Based on its corporate social responsibility, a company can ensure that its economic growth is beneficial to everyone: its suppliers, employees, customers, the local population, in short, all its stakeholders, whilst minimising its impacts on the planet. Depending on the sector of activity, the specific issues and challenges differ from company to company. Let's take a pharmaceutical company. It can act responsibly in many ways. For example, offer to as many people as possible safe and quality medicines, take into account the needs of patients by supporting them throughout their healthcare. And for all companies, being responsible also means taking care of its employees and ensuring their safety at work. It also means being compliant with the application of the various laws and regulations, as well as defining ethical business practices. It also means reducing the environmental impacts of its production sites and choosing less polluting modes of transport. Thus, the ambition for a responsible company is to contribute to an economically efficient, socially equitable, and environmentally sustainable development, whilst ensuring its profitability and economic growth. As such, corporate social responsibility, CSR, is now recognised as a real performance driver, particularly because it encourages innovation, reduces costs, and brings employees together around a meaningful project. Within our daily activities, both individually or collectively, we can all be part of this evolution, and that's what's really inspiring. And at Servier, CSR is a conviction, resulting in concrete actions implemented with enthusiasm.
Okay, welcome back. So, napanood na natin yung video. So, I hope na-enlighten yung mind ninyo about sa corporate social responsibility. Now, let's go to your requirements. So, for your activity 1, as business major students and future business owners, how would you address these issues of our society? So, give 10 or at least 5 programs you can, ayan, 10 yung nakasulat dyan, pero pwedeng 5 programs you can implement for it. So, sa global climate change, other environmental concerns, and worker health and safety. So, and for your activity 2, ayan, essay, answer the questions in 10 to 15 sentences. Number 1, differentiate code of conduct from code of business ethics. Ayan. Differentiate code of conduct for employees and code of practice. Ayan. So, ito yung mga activity ninyo for lesson of 5, business management and organization. Okay, so that ends our lecture for today. I hope that you learned something that is valuable, that you can apply in your environment, okay, as a student. Okay, so bye bye and God bless.